The approaches to climate diplomacy have been dominated at the international level by the international negotiations under the UN FCCC process. And that has been all countries coming together to try to do the grand bargain in terms of putting a price on carbon and reducing emissions. And in some ways you might call that an all or nothing strategy, which is a kind of a singular definition of success, and you either achieve it or you don't. And I think it would be productive to think of a different metaphor, a different strategy, one that, to borrow a term from the current administration in the United States energy policy, which is an all of the above strategy. And in the climate context, that would mean, yes, having that UNFCCC process is an incredibly important one, but not the only one that we spend significant efforts trying to do it, that we would look at different levels, we'd look at localities and states and regions, and treat those innovations, those efforts, as critically important to what might be a bottom-up strategy rather than just a top-down strategy, one that has direct impacts where they're making big investment decisions about building infrastructure and what that needs to look like in a warmer world. So in that sense, it's diffuse, it's messy, it's hard to bring it together, have it add up, but it's one that frankly tracks more with how we've made progress, at least in the United States, on tightening or improving our approaches to environmental policy and environmental conditions. So it reflects that history and fits with that history. And it's one that allows us to have multiple successes that hopefully add up over time, and takes great effort to bring those together, but doesn't leave you with nothing if you don't succeed on your one approach. So in that sense, an all of the above strategy, given the challenges that we are facing with climate change, seems to be a way to spread the risk and to have multiple approaches to tackling the problem.